Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Jesse Jackson III. I'm the best-selling author and facilitator of the Don't Kick 'em Out book and training series. This was the first book that we did, I want to say almost 12 years ago. This was the first Don't Kick 'em Out. And you can see that we have evolved. We have had so much experience, had been able to train hundreds of thousands of people in school culture and policy. And now we're at Don't Kick 'em Out 2.0. And this is the playbook, which breaks down the fundamentals of how do we create a strong behavior culture within our institution from our students, our parents, and our adults. Uh, I want to talk about in this session something I know that would be extremely valuable. I was with a district the other day, and the person that introduced me included in their intro that they felt I was a behavior guru. Very, appreciative and flattered of that. But I understand behavior because I understand it from all perspectives. The time that I spent working in juvenile with kids as young as 9 that had shot somebody, carjacked people. I'd seen them from 9 to 19. Once I understood what we're trying to go for in rehabilitating behavior, rehabilitating philosophy, I understand that removal is not what we want to do first. That's not our objective. However, when you are creating a behavior program, the pillar of the behavior program, the first place you start is where we call the no-fly zone. So when should kids be removed? When is a removal necessary? When is sending a kid home necessary? So removal and getting sent home are two different things. So let's kind of just start with both, and then you can work it out from there. So what are the no-fly zone behaviors? All right. What is the no-fly zone behavior? I came out many years ago and said that fighting and hitting are the no-fly behaviors. Now, listen to me very carefully. You're talking about separating um, the levels. Okay, so you're talking about pre-K, elementary. We're teaching at that level, but hitting is a no-fly. So you've got to stop it. You've got to check it. You got to be on top of it, and you got to be teaching the behavior you want. What's happening in our pre-Ks and kinders all over the country is there's a lack of self-control. The development from home is not there. I was just at a school. I was on an elementary school campus. I was sitting in my principal's office. We're talking, what we're doing for the next year. And a little 5-year-old gets drug in there by our dean of students. What the heck is this guy doing? He's mad. He's got the scrunched up face. What's this guy doing? Hey, buddy, what's going on, fella? What are you doing? I'm mad. I said, what did he do? Well, he tore up the room. What? He started tearing and pushing. He picked up a chair and threw it through a desk. And so what you find out is that's his go-to at home. When he doesn't get attention, he doesn't get his way, he tears up the house at his house. So of course he's going to come do it with us. Well, what he's finding out for the first time is that's a no-fly. So that's teaching. The difference is, so in that pre-K, that K5, that's a lot of teaching, but there are cases where, mom, you got to come get him. It's not going to work today. It's not going to come get. He's done something that it has to be infrastructure there. That's a whole nother training. That's why our trainings are so effective. We break this stuff down. It's not theory, right? I'm not going to listen to a teacher figure it out. I mean, teachers teach, but behavior specialists and people that administer have to be experts in the area. Like, you got to know what you're doing. Like, you need help in this area. Many districts need help in this area. They have all these educated, smart people. You got to have people at the table who understand how to navigate this. What's happened in the past is we have made excuses for the behavior, said they're a baby, said we're not going to kick out a kid, and the kids get worse. That's not how it works. So hitting and fighting. Once we start getting to junior high school, I have no fighting there, right? So, and we break that down. We had a whole book, and you can see we put those chapters in here in the playbook. How we feel about fighting. Fighting is a no-fly zone, particularly at the high school level, right? So just kind of read the book and figure that out. But fighting and hitting is a no-fly area. If you allow people to get hit, you're in trouble. Not so I'll leave it there. But this is a training point, a discussion point, and a talking point. And many districts have followed what I said, and they were able to stop fighting. You can't have an unsafe campus. If people are getting hit, punched, and there's a threat of violence, you've lost containment, safety, and security. Once you're a principal or superintendent that's known for safety and security breaches, you just got one foot out of the door and you are unfit. You're unfit for leadership. If people are going to get hurt on your watch and you have excuses, hey man, I can't hear that. No. Safety security is non-negotiable. It is a non-negotiable, period. And that's not something to agree or disagree on. That is fundamental. I cannot ever lose containment of safety and security. You don't have a behavior program if people can get hurt at your school. Nobody went into teaching to get hurt at school, breaking up a fight, getting hit. And I have had teachers with noses broken. One lady threw out her shoulder. These are serious matters. Safety, security, it's non-negotiable. And we do a whole day training on it when it needs to be. And we did out there on the West Coast. And guess what they did? Gang territory. They shut that crap down. Now, once again, we don't want you fighting in the community, but you're not going to fight up here. And the policy does work because the kids will meet us where we start. It's certain things we can't do, and I'm not doing that. And I'm not in this business to be breaking up fights. This ain't the streets. This is the schoolhouse, and it will be respected. And we're going to get this under control. Hitting and fighting, no fly zone. Threats. I mean, this year, I'm pretty sure if you pulled all the data, this would be the number one threat year in public education history and private as well. They're going to blow us up. They're going on social media. They're going to Draco us. They're going to boom, boom, pow, pow. And they're putting it on social and all of these messages, and they're going to beat us up and kill us. And so threats in today's, in the modern society, all threats are serious. Now, you show me a person that plays with threats. I don't want them around me because they're breaching safety and security. Now, what did one law enforcement person say to me? They said, well, Dr. Jackson, if we treated all of the threats, we just would be running around. Well, I'm glad the United States treats all of the threats toward the president's life. And I'm just not referencing currently. I'm saying always, if you check the data, they get hundreds of thousands of death threats every year. And I'm glad that they check into all of them. I'll give you a situation that we can touch. And that's not a government endorsement deal. I'm saying I know that personally. But I got another situation where um, there's a superintendent that had to lay hundreds of people off. Rift. He got a lot of death threats, man. Well, he has 24-hour security. I'm just glad he took all I'm glad he took all of them seriously because they told me about 2 weeks ago they caught somebody out there in front of his house fully armed. I'm glad he just didn't say, well, people are angry. They'll get over it. I don't know what world you guys live in. The world has changed. All threats are serious. Okay? So you can't do that. This is what we talk about in our training. Sexual misconduct. Anything sexual, if you mismanage it and it comes back to your desk and you're soft on anything of sexual orientation, I'm trying to tell you it'll ruin your career. If you're known to be soft on safety issues, you can't explain that on social media. If they don't like your decision because you went too hard on the kid, we can live with that. But if you went soft and somebody was sexually doing something at school and you didn't do what you had to do. Now, once again, we're talking about removals. You got to go home. Now, the intervention, that's not what we're discussing right now. But that is a red flag. Hey, we got to pull you. We got to get this right. Right. Sexual misconduct has been rampant this year. And where has it been rampant? At the lower grades. And I mean things that unthinkable we talk about in training, unthinkable things that I have personally been on campus and heard, read the referrals, even talked to the kid in many cases. It's unbelievable. Weapons. I show you pictures of the weapons that we found on school campuses this year. Um, Verbal assaults. I'm gonna F you up. I'm gonna kill you. We believe you. We believe you. We believe you. And then now we have to stop because after you told me you're gonna beat me and do all this to me, then we have a different problem, right? Now we talk about these things in detail and then drug possession. Now, here's a wild card that's not a wild card because now you have legal marijuana and then you got vaping. But see, let me tell you, now you listen to me and listen to everybody else and you make up your own mind. Drugs and the damage on the young brain, we have the research has not fully evaluated it yet. There'll be no drugs on my campus. And if you get cute and you don't manage drug possession properly, now, once again, it's vaping. So, yep, we do take vapes. Everybody has different vape policies. I didn't say remove a kid for vaping, but he has to be removed. He or she has to be removed. But I noticed what I said, send home, remove. You know what I mean? But you can't just like, oh, okay, give me your vape and go back to class. No, you got to go through a program. You got to work on yourself. So these are discussions. But what I'm saying is drug possession is a red flag. And if you just allow it, and this is the thing I'm saying, this year we have found more vapes in elementary than in the history of my life combined that I was a part of, right? That you got to go home. We got to do something or removal. But now notice what I'm saying. Removal, send home, but we at least have to know that and we have to start the check down process. Now on the other end of it, things that we handle, kid using profanity, that's something we can deal with there. Willful defiance, they're not listening, they're not ready to learn. Okay, they don't like us. That that we okay. You goofy that day. We can kind of deal with those things, but the things I just gave you are the no fly zone. This is why the don't kick them out training. Man, it talks about the tough stuff, but it comes to a very clarifying spot. As I'm speaking, I'm dealing with an unprecedented issue that's going on campus this morning. I had to consult some of my colleagues in law enforcement, private law enforcement, some on the drug task force just need to figure some things out. And that's what we do. We give answers, right? We don't give opinions. It's things we need to know. I can tell you one thing that got on our no-fly zone. We talked to a DA of a state, district attorney, and we needed to have clarification on what's a verbal assault and what's a threat. And he broke that down so well for us because he talked about intent when a person is verbalizing physical harm versus a person that's insulting. And a school should understand these things. I was able to break down fighting. And so from fighting from a school fight to a street fight, we were able to diagnose the school fight is 1-to-1. And then anything that goes from anything over two turns into street fight because it's essentially gang activity. And that is what we got to fix. A school fight we can manage. It's still on the no-fly list, but street activity, no-fly zone. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's training, there's a process. That's why I'm here. And this is exactly what we have to get fixed. It gets fixed at the administrative level. This year, throughout the summer, throughout the school year, I literally have to have, literally, you know, uh, hundreds and thousands of administrators have to come in and go and review their philosophies and policies to make sure that you are on the right track. You need help like that. Listen, this is why I'm here. This is why I wrote these books. At bare minimum, please get the books for your team and read them and discuss some book study at the absolute least. But what needs to happen is training time, right? We are taking the don't kick them out. Uh, we're going back on tour. We're going to 10 cities over the course of the summer. We first did the first tour in 2014, and I went to 12 cities. and I met hundreds of people. Launching this book, I did that in 2014, did it again in 2019, and we doubled the output that we did. So now it's 2026 again, and it's Don't Kick Them Out 2.0, and I'm taking it back to the city. So if you see your date over the course of the summer. I will be in Texas, California, Louisiana, Illinois, Ohio. See your city there, see your date there, register to get your team in. Now, the unique part of our institute is our institutes are kept in a classroom format. I'm not doing it like a big conference. I'm doing it very quaint. I like to get 6, 7, maybe 8 teams in. You're allowed to bring 3 to 4 people on your administration team. So I'm keeping the environment very small. So it's very one-to-one intimate. So you can get answers, ask questions, and it's an institute where you can get the help you want. If you can't make it on the day that is listed below, please call us. Call us and figure out how we can come to you. But here's the key. Do it immediately. Availability is so scarce. And immediately, soon as this drops, I can guarantee you within 72 hours, all dates will be sold out. And listen, I set this up for you. Please take advantage. I'm looking forward to working with you soon. It's the Don't Kick 'em Out tour. It's called the Fixing Behavior Tour. It's coming up with the solutions. A lot of the solutions start here in the process, but it starts with administration, learning how to manage these issues at every single level. I'm super excited. I hope this was helpful to you. I'll see you in class.